budgeting and how it helped us achieve financial freedom, how to get started, and tips on how to stay within your budget. A little about myself. I moved to Chula Vista, California from Hawaii when I was 50 years old because I liked the idea of getting in my car and going on a road trip. My family thought I was crazy because I knew no one except my son, had no job, and no place to live. They hoped I would go home in a year or so, and yet almost 10 years later, I'm still here. And the reason is, as fate would have it, I met my current husband, and as they say, the rest is history. He is the reason we have a budget, and I learned a lot from him. Without his consistency and dedication, we truly would not have reached the financial freedom we enjoy today. Okay, this picture doesn't really look like us. I just thought it was cute. Now, before we get started, I want to say that learning to budget is not easy. As with learning anything new, it is difficult in the beginning, but with practice, it does get easier. And if you truly want to live within your means, then this is a good way to begin. So let's get started. Budgeting is calculating your total net pay, which is your take-home pay, and setting up categories and amounts, budgets, so that you know just how much you can spend in each category. You should try to account for all situations rather than have a miscellaneous category because that might result in you being over budget. Ours is broken down into 2 pay periods, the 1st and the 15th of each month. Based on that, we have some categories that's in both periods, others are only in one. For example, we have a gas, grocery, and entertainment budget for each pay period. For our once a month categories, we have a birthday, Christmas, and allowance budget, etc. Since we have 2 dogs, we also have a category for them, for their vet visits and medications. Their food and treats are included in our grocery budget. For the budget periods, you need to look at when you get paid and break it down that way. We get paid every other week, so for us, it made sense to just break it down to 2 periods. If you get paid weekly, you may want to add budget periods, and that way the amount will be less due to the frequency. Also, when we are calculating the amounts, we tend to round up for receipts and round down for any amount we add back to the budget totals. Example, we received an unexpected refund, bonus, etc. We also use our credit cards for their cash back rewards program. When we redeem those cash rewards, we add it to any budget total that we want to increase, usually our vacation budget or any other budget that is running low and we know we will be using soon. It's also important to give yourself and your spouse an allowance to spend however you want. Without this luxury, it makes it harder to save. For the budget categories, you need to look at what your expenses are and make a list. We have ours written on folder paper and kept readily in a simple 3-ring binder. We have 2 lists, one for the 1st and one for the 15th of each month. We also keep a separate paper with a running total of those categories that carries over, like the Christmas, birthdays, and entertainment budgets, etc. For some of our categories, we calculate it on a monthly basis but use it annually, like our car registrations, taxes, etc. We also include a budget for special occasions like birthdays, which includes anniversaries and holidays, and then Christmas is a separate budget because for us, we spend more for this holiday than any other. With our budget, our biggest challenge is our grocery budget. We have 2 people and we allot $400 per period. We do our grocery shopping weekly and we go to either the commissary, Costco, Vons, or 99 Ranch Market. With budgeting, free apps and free rewards are your new best friends. The commissary has a free click-to-go app and you need to sign up for the rewards card. While they don't offer any rewards, they do have digital coupons that you can download to your account. And yes, if you don't download the digital coupons to your account, it will not be applied at the time of checkout. Most apps have this requirement. My favorite app is Vons, which is also free, and they do offer a rewards program, but since we don't shop there too often, we have difficulty utilizing their rewards program, but they do have special offers which are not advertised, so I do check my account weekly. Going back to the commissary, when you download their app, one of the first things you have to do is designate your store location. If you designate a store that is other than the one you shop at, anything you download to your account will not apply because the offers are location specific for this program. For us, We typically shop at 32nd Street, so I have it designated there, but if we decide to go to another location, I will switch to it and see what offers they have and be sure to download it to my account. When you switch locations, it does not delete any offers that's already downloaded for the other location, so you don't have to redo it. All of this sounds like a lot of work, but once you incorporate it into your routine, it's really not that time consuming and it will hopefully result in money savings for you and your family. And who doesn't want to save money, right? In the commissary app, you will find a store flyer icon at the bottom of their home screen. Their ads are good for 2 weeks starting on a Monday and runs through the second Sunday after it starts. For example, the current ad is from June 3rd through June 16, 2024. In the ad, you want to look for the pathway savings and buy one, get one free flags. Those are generally more cost savings than the other items that's advertised. Note, not everything at the commissary is necessarily cheaper than buying it elsewhere. This is why you should try to learn your prices, which will help you in making informed decisions. As mentioned before, there's a coupons icon which I go through every week just to see if there might be any new ones added. You have to clip the coupon to your account in order for it to be applied at checkout. This is really worth it if the item you are buying is also on sale. The digital coupon will make it even cheaper. Caution, you need to be sure the item you buy is applicable to that coupon, and the way to check is that once you clip the coupon, then you should view products and it will show you which items are applicable. I had to learn this the hard way. I made the mistake of clipping a $4 off coupon for Tide Pods without checking, and after I checked out, I was disappointed to see it didn't apply. So of course I went back to double check the products that were applicable and saw that though the coupon listed 104 count, the item I bought was not in the view product list. So lesson learned. It's cheaper to buy the Tide Pods from Costco when it's on sale. Here's some of the items that we discovered is of great value and worth mentioning at the 32nd Street Commissary. Foster Farms 85% lean ground turkey, 2 pounds container for $4.99 each. Cantaloupe has been sweet and at $2.50 each for about 3 weeks now. Bananas are always a great deal at about 49 cents a pound. Their Yoplait or original strawberry smooth style yogurt is also a good deal at less than $3 for a 2-pound container, but it's not always in stock. There's more, but we need to save some for later. Another way to save money is to buy generic brands. The commissary has their own generic brand, Freedom Choice. Please keep in mind, not all items in the generic brand is cheaper. If you don't have a preference, then you might want to look at their Freedom Choice price and see if it is cheaper. We have certain items that we are not brand specific and have bought their brand. Example, heavy whipping cream is about $2 cheaper. But we do have some items that we are willing to pay more for. Example, ketchup always has to be Heinz. Meats are always an expensive item to consider. This is difficult because your available fridge space will also play a factor into how much you buy. We try to buy in bulk, and when we do, I will immediately, or at the latest the next day, divide the portions into single meal portions for us, which is for 2 people, and freeze them in Ziploc bags, which I label with the item and date. Chicken breast is my husband's favorite, so we buy it in bulk from Costco. We tried the commissary brand and the quality just wasn't as good as Costco, so we don't do the generic brand for this. We get Tyson, just our preference. With the freezing option, we can do this easily because we have an extra freezer in our garage, which helps a lot. We always freeze our breads, cheese, cooked rice, and cooked pasta to ensure we always have some on hand. You can also freeze different types of produce. Granted, you will probably not be able to use it just thawed, but at least you will have it available to cook with. We freeze onions. I cut them in varying sizes, green onions, green peppers, and garlic, etc. Cooked meals like spaghetti with meat sauce, mac and cheese, and chili can be frozen in single meal portions for easy meal options when you are in a pinch. Fresh produce will last longer too if you prep it right. Heads of lettuce will last longer if you keep them intact and wrap them in paper towel to soak up any moisture, but please change them if you notice any moisture to prevent your lettuce from becoming slimy. If you don't know how to store anything, you can always look it up on the internet. My husband knows I am the internet queen when it comes up when it comes to looking up information. Going back to the apps, learning the differences between apps will have its benefits too. For the Vons app, on top of their occasional special promotions, they also offer rebates through a third party for some alcohol purchases. This makes a good deal even better. But again, you have to clip the rebate to your account for it to be applied at checkout. The rebate is very simple and requires minimal effort on your part. Once you make an applicable purchase, you should receive an email from the third-party source, which is Neptune Retailer, asking if you would like the rebate to be processed. Once you respond, then about 2 to 3 days, you should receive an email from PayPal notifying you that you have received money from Neptune. Important note, you need to have a PayPal account that uses the same email that's associated with the Vons app. This is how they link the rebate to your Vons account. Once we receive the rebate, we transfer it to our bank account, which is a separate account specifically set up for such transactions. With the Vons app, you have to clip any For You deals to your account, otherwise the special price will not apply. You can find the For You deals on the weekly ad or by categories. You can also clip any other coupons that is offered to get even further cost savings. Any savings for the Vons app will only be applied after the amount is totaled at checkout, so I always double check my receipt after the transaction is done to make sure the coupons have been applied. At any grocery store, my husband's favorite thing to do is to go down each aisle to see what they have. It also gives us a chance to see what we may have missed. For example, on occasion, at the commissary, the 22.6-ounce canister ground coffee is priced at around $7.50 with a $1 off coupon, which is a good deal, so we will stock up on it. It's no surprise that we now have a pantry full of coffee, so we will not run out in the foreseeable future. But we do go through a lot of coffee, so it makes sense for us to keep extra on hand. I know this is a lot of information to start off with, but the beauty of budgeting is that it will allow you to live within your means, and as you advance in your career, the budget amounts will reflect that as well. With our budgeting habits, it allowed me to retire as I turned 60, so I wanted to share our knowledge in the hopes that it will benefit you as much as it does for us. I also want to share my easy-to-follow recipes for those of you who enjoy both American and Asian food. I cook most of my recipes from scratch because I've found that it helps us maintain our health and weight. I would love it if you would follow me as I navigate this next chapter in this journey we call life. Thank you for watching to the end, and please hit the subscribe button to follow me. See you next video.